In this video, I am going to share with you the 5 simple rules that I followed while learning English to get fluent in English. First, I have been learning English since I was 15, and it's not until I was 20 that I got fluent at speaking and expressing my ideas in English. And I kind of realized that I shouldn't have taken 5 whole years learning to get fluent in English if I just followed these 5 simple rules that I'm about to share with you in this video. So you don't have to take 5 years or 10 years or 20 years to get fluent in English like I did. If you just follow these 5 rules, they will shorten the duration of you going from zero to fluent in English. So if you have been struggling to learn English for a while now with no progress, this video is absolutely for you. And if you are new here, I'm Jay. I am an English student dedicated to teaching other English students around the world what I have learned in English. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 rules that I used in order to get fluent in English first. And without further ado, let's get the first rule. The first and the most important rule when learning English is to know your why. Have a why. Why do you want to get fluent in English? Why are you learning English in the first place? Is it for work? Is it for exams? Is it for you to travel? Is it for you to talk to your partner? Why are you learning English in the first place? This is very important for you to know. You need to have a reason why you're learning English. And the reason why this is important is this is gonna help you know areas to consider while studying English. Because someone who's learning English, for example, is gonna focus on totally different areas from someone who's just learning English to talk to their partner. Knowing your why is also gonna help you create a strategy and a plan to help you studying English. And sometimes when studying English, every learner faces this. You feel like giving up, you feel like you're not making any progress. But when you have a reason why you're learning English, this is gonna give you the motivation that you need to keep moving when you feel like giving up. As an English learner, before you start learning, you need to know why you wanna learn English. It is very important. This is the first and most important rule to learn English. Know your why. Rule number 2. Speak every single day, even if you're making mistakes. And this is because speaking English in fluency comes from using the language and not just studying it. So instead of waiting until you're perfect to start speaking in English, why don't you just make mistakes and improve from them? Compare this to learning how to ride a bicycle. Do you always wait until you're perfect, you know how to ride a bicycle in order for you to ride a bicycle? Not really. You just pick up the bike and fall as many times as you can until you know how to ride the bicycle. Riding a bicycle is a skill. Learning English is also a skill. So you have to use the same mindset. Don't wait until you're perfect before you start doing it. Always choose progress over perfection. As long as you're making 1% progress every single day, it's better than waiting until you're perfect before you start speaking. Rule number 3 is do not study grammar in the first stages of learning English. If you're just starting to learn English, do not focus too much on grammar, except if you're studying for exams. But if you're studying for different reasons, you don't have to focus on grammar at the beginning of studying English. If you want to focus on grammar, then you can just focus on basic English grammar. And that's because you don't need advanced grammar to be fluent in English. You can just start by knowing the basic English grammar. And this is also because English grammar has so many rules that might confuse you at the beginning of studying English. So just master the essentials of grammar. For instance, I eat, I will eat, I ate. At least that's how I did it, by not focusing too much on grammar at my beginning stages. Rule number 4 is listen a lot. I'll also call this daily exposure. Have a daily exposure to English. And this is because listening builds natural understanding of English pronunciation and rhythm. You can't really say a word that you've never heard of before, right? So listening to English every day acts as an input, and speaking it out daily acts as an output. Before you have an output, you need an input. The only way to import is to listen to as much English as possible. And I used to listen to a lot of English podcasts while learning English, a lot of English YouTube videos, a lot of English music. I used to also watch English movies, but the one that helped me the most is listening to English vlogs. And this is because I realized that listening to English vlogs helped me learn English in a natural way while doing my daily routines and activities. When you immerse in English, it's really easy for you to familiarize yourself with English. The more you listen to English, the more you learn new vocabulary, the more you learn how to pronounce English words, the more you learn rhythm, and the more you learn tone. And this will help you speak more naturally. So ensure you get a daily exposure to English. Just a 5 to 10 minute video a day is not bad. The fifth and final rule, which is also very important while learning English, especially if you want to get fluent in English fast, is be consistent. Be consistent. And this is the reason why most people start learning and don't really get fluent in English. They've been learning English for like 5 years or 10 years, but still not fluent in English. And the only reason is because they're not consistent with learning English. You have to be consistent if you really want to achieve English fluency. And this is because consistency beats intensity. Let me just give you an example. Let's say we had two people who wanted to build apps, right? So we have person A and we have person B. Person A trains for 3 hours once a month. Person B trains for 20 minutes every single day. Which person among these two do you think is going to achieve their goal first? Do you think it's going to have that app first? Person B, right? This is just a simple illustration that consistency beats intensity. That means that if you study English for 3 hours weekly or monthly, you're not gonna get fluent in English fast compared to someone who studies English every single day for just 20 minutes. You don't have to learn too much at once. Even if you just learn one new word every single day, it's really better than learning 20 new words after a week that you're probably not gonna use. And that's why in my first years of studying English, I was not really getting fluent in English. I used to study English maybe once a week or maybe twice a month, or I just wasn't consistent in my study. And the moment I started studying English consistently, that is when I started seeing progress and growth in my learning. And you are at the stage where you can understand English perfectly well, but you cannot really speak it. I have a video that's gonna help you start speaking in English. That video is right here. Without further ado, let's catch up in that video. Bye bye.